right, joining us now is Tiger Baseball. They'll do some scrimmages this upcoming weekend and then begin their regular season at home on the 1st of March when they host Roswell. They've got a ton of home games this year. Joined by Coach Winrow. Coach, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
Fantastic. Happy to have you here. And you want to introduce the four that you brought with you?
Yeah, so these are our 4 seniors. So next to me is Aric Vazquez. He'll pitch for us, play a little outfield. He's a utility guy. We got Ryan Maclin. He's going to be an outfielder for us. Chasen Austin's an outfielder for us. And then Kelan will pitch and then do a little bit of everything too.
Okay, very good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you?
You're doing pretty well.
Good, sir.
Fantastic. Happy to have you here. Coach, how many years now is this that's in front of Tiger Baseball for you?
This is my 4th. So I'm going to my 4th, yeah.
It's blown by.
And then this class is all freshmen when I first got the job. So it's kind of the first class we see through.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. Kind of, I'm sure on both sides, kind of sad to see them go as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. These kids are awesome. They're funny. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I expect a lot of laughs throughout the interview. All right, we'll see what we can do with that. Coach, first off, I mean, how's the offseason been going from your perspective? We were talking a little bit before we got started, but sounds like very busy this offseason.
Absolutely, yeah. We had a lot of games. Kids worked really hard this offseason. Starting from the summer, I mean, they played probably 17, 18 games in the summer, and then we had 14 to 18 in the fall. So, I mean, we couldn't really ask for anything else in this fall. So we've had a busy fall, weightlifting, playing games. About all we can ask out of these kids. So,
and how much? I mean, as a coach, when you notice when we get to this point of the year, obviously when the games start counting, when you are able to get in that much time in the off season, where do you notice the biggest differences at?
That's just the routine plays. I mean, they're kind of regulating themselves. Like we, as coaches in baseball, it's kind of hard because we don't really do much. I mean, we just kind of let them play, and you start to see the things that they pick up on, the keys they see, how they're communicating with each other. I mean, that's all just experience, and I think they've had a ton of experience this off season. So
can't let these guys know that you coaches aren't doing
I know,
much.
I know, right?
They'll jump on that like crazy. And you've got your coaching staff back from last year again. Pretty much everybody back this season.
Everybody's back. Yep.
Yeah, and that's got to have that kind of continuity for these guys, especially whether it's pitching coach, hitting coach, all those kind of things. I would imagine that helps a ton.
Yeah, and then we've had the same staff since I've been here. I mean, we've had addition of Coach Galbraith, Coach Barunda, Coach Lopez, but they've been around. So I mean, it's not really a new addition. So we've had the same coaching staff since I was here 4 years ago. So. Yeah, continuity is the most important thing, especially in baseball. So,
yeah. And obviously it's a program. It's varsity. It's C team. It's junior varsity. You guys had a good number of kids come out and try out this year.
Yeah, we actually had a total of 39 try out, and we're going to end up having 38 total. So, can't really say a lot. I mean, you can't really complain about those numbers. So, we're excited about the future.
Yeah, got obviously a lot to look at out there. All right, we'll start over here with Aric. And how about your off season? Just playing games with the team? Did you do anything else baseball wise?
The thing I did the most in the off season was actually lifting. I was 50-50 on the games. I was busy quite a bit with traveling for my sister because she just got to college. But if I was at the games, I got as much time as I could since I wasn't there much, and yeah.
Where do you see the biggest difference with lifting? Where do you notice is in your pitching and a little bit more velocity on your pitches, or is it other things you're noticing?
With the lifting, I noticed that I got a lot more explosiveness from it, which ultimately let my velo get up, let how I hit harder, and ultimately I just got stronger as a person.
Yeah, all right, and kind of help out with durability a little bit as well, and maybe just that you can go maybe longer in the games with your pitching.
Yes, it helped increase my endurance a lot too.
Okay, very good. All right, and overall, I mean, where do you talk about obviously with the weightlifting and those kind of things? Is that where you're seeing the biggest improvement going into this season? Is there maybe a pitch that you've improved on this year from on the mound, or?
Yeah, I'd say my pitch that is best improved would be my splitter. We developed it in August, and in 6 to 8 months, it's definitely my best pitch that I have already. And for developing it in such quick time, it's the best.
Well, and it sounds like you want to get better at the plate as well, swinging the bat. So is that something you've really been working on too?
Oh yeah, that's a big thing for me.
Okay. And where's maybe the biggest difference you're seeing there at the plate? Is it just seeing the ball a little better, more patience? I mean, where do you see the biggest difference there?
I think I've become a lot more patient at the plate, and starting to get my confidence up at the plate as well. Okay.
And we'll see, obviously, pitching a lot this year, maybe a little bit more action in the field. Is there a position you feel most comfortable at out there?
I'll be in the outfield, too, if I'm not pitching, and So I'll be excited to see how that goes.
Yeah. Are you going to be excited to be more? Because I know mainly we saw you out there in the games that you were pitching last year. This year, more of an opportunity to be playing all 26 games this season?
Most definitely. If I can get my hitting down, you should definitely be seeing me out there.
Okay, very good. We'll look forward to seeing that for sure. All right, move over here to Ryan. How about you? What's been your offseason been like for you?
I've really tried to put on a lot of weight this offseason, but I've kind of been in the same boat with Aric in terms of live games. Been traveling a lot. My sister graduated college, so we were traveling a lot for kind of a present for that. But over the offseason, just really trying to get as many live ABs as possible because I really struggled with timing in live ABs and kind of really seeing those pitches. And it's helped a lot. Helped recognize off speed, really jump on that fastball. And it's been a fun time over the offseason.
Okay. And talked about it with Coach, in terms of getting to see the live games, that the biggest, the thing that helps you the most in terms of when we get around to this part of the year is the fact that you were out there playing as many games as you could?
Yeah, because when you get around here, it's not your first game of the year, it's like your 30th game of the year, So you're already in that groove. You've seen all these pitches, maybe not the same guys, but same kind of thing. It's a huge help.
Yeah. And you guys get to play Cruces schools and teams around the area, or who you guys usually facing off against?
We didn't play a lot of Cruces schools this year. We went to Roswell a couple times over the summer and then once in the fall, and we kind of played a lot of Albuquerque teams over the summer.
Okay. So, very good. Oh, El Paso, too?
Yeah, El Paso as well, yeah.
Okay, very good. So, that's cool. And so, just outfield for you this year? Or
just outfield.
Okay.
I'm banned from the infield. He doesn't want me going there.
Banned from the infield. Well, hopefully it doesn't end up where you have to come back in the infield for some reason.
Hopefully.
Right? Hopefully. All right. Well, you talked a little bit about it, but, overall, the biggest place that you're seeing the biggest improvement in your game this year?
I don't know, maybe base running or really just getting on that fastball, working on the timing. I'm actually having competitive ABs now, whereas before it wasn't very competitive. I was kind of just up there and the pitcher was really toying with me. I wasn't in the AB as much as I am now.
Okay, so more confidence for sure.
Yep.
Okay, that's what we like to hear. All right, move over here to Chasen, and same for you, just outfield this year?
Yes, sir, just outfield for me.
Okay, very good. And off season, what's it been like? What were you doing, playing a lot of games with the team?
I went with all the teams during the off season. Nothing to do with the summer. I was just super busy.
Yeah. Okay. And in terms of maybe preparation going into this season, do you feel maybe as confident as you have going into a season?
Yes, sir, very much.
Yeah. Where do you feel like you're most confident? Is it at the plate? Is it defensively? Where are you feeling good about?
Definitely running bases have gone a lot better.
Yeah. Okay. That's something that they're expecting you to be able to do well. Stolen bases and things like that.
Very much.
Yeah. All right. Going to show off your speed.
Yes, sir.
All right. Very good. So just base running. At the plate, are you seeing some improvement as well for yourself?
Yes, sir. At the plate too.
Okay. All right. We'll look forward to see how that goes. All right. Move over here to Kelan. And how about you? What's your off season been like?
So starting the summer, a lot of travel ball, going to places like Dallas and Phoenix a lot. That's where I got a lot of looks from colleges. Then over the fall, it was a lot of games, a lot of showcases.
Yeah.
Went to Highlands, got signed there, and a lot of lifting, a lot of gaining velo, pitching, and started to see the ball fly off the bat a lot further.
Yeah. It's exciting going into the season that you know what's coming up after this. Obviously, you're a senior, but hey, you know where you're going to be playing baseball next year?
A little bit. It's a lot of pressure taken off, knowing that I've already got it out the way.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Kelan, he just mentioned it that he signed. He's going to play at New Mexico Highlands next year. You talked a little about some of the improvements that you're seeing going into this season. What overall? Is it more in your pitching? Is it hitting? Where are you seeing the biggest improvements
A lot of confidence, including at the plate. Last year, it was bad last year. Okay. I was in my head way too much.
And is it just, seeing pitches, going out there playing games, is that really the big thing that helps your confidence at the plate?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So, played a ton of games, it sounds like, either with these guys or out with the travel ball team this year.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. And we'll see you pitching, and where else will we see out in the field this year?
New position, first base.
First base, okay. Excited about that? Is it the first time you played first base? Or?
I played a little bit over the summer for a travel ball, but besides that, no.
Okay. What made you move to, was it the coach's idea? Was it yours?
Coach's idea.
Coach's idea, okay. So, feeling confident, feeling good to go with that?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. All right, Coach, we got obviously these 4 guys here. Who else should we be watching out for this year? Obviously, you're going to need at least another 5 out there on the field.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we'll do our outfielders. So we got Aiden McGinnis, who's a sophomore, and he's developed more than we could have asked for. So it'll be excited to watch him this year. Then we'll have Cade Kiss. You'll see him on the bump, and he's developed as exactly the same. We're excited for these kids' development. And then in the infield, we have Aiden Tupper, who's a returner from last year. He'll be our shortstop. And then we have Billy Copeland, who will spot some in the infield, second base, third base, wherever we need. Then we have Brandon Williams, Preston Eldred, and then we have a sophomore and then a freshman catchers in our program now. So I mean, we're excited for these kids' development and all that they put in. So I mean, yeah, we're just ready to go, to be honest with you.
And, just looking at the different areas of the team, pitching-wise, you obviously got a lot of returners. There's some experience there. Where are you feeling like with your pitching staff going into the season?
Yeah, I think our pitching staff, we've always talked about it. I think it's upper notch. It's top notch for sure, just based on our district. What we've seen the last few years, I think our pitching staff compete with anybody. Just the hard work they put in, the development. Yeah, so we're excited to see them and how they progress throughout the year and how they pretty much show up. So.
Yeah. I know some places where you guys left a little bit of desired last year. Base running, I think, was probably number one on that list. I'm sure that was a major offseason focus for you guys.
Absolutely, and the kids know it. I mean, we focus on base running probably 3 times a week, just basically the little reads, the necessities, what you can see in and out of the game. But it's improved tremendously. I think we're going to be a little more aggressive just because that's our nature. We want the kids to be aggressive and just play free. So, yeah, we've worked a lot of base running, a lot of hitting. I mean, pretty much everything. We've just had a great offseason, so we're excited for it.
Yeah, and defensively, it was kind of up and down for you guys last year. You'd have some games where you guys were just unbelievable, fantastic. And then I think that's high school baseball, though, where unfortunately then you have a game where you have 4 or 5 errors. So it's obviously finding the consistency.
And we've been competitive. I mean, with our district, it's so tough just seeing those kids in and out. Those kids over there, Cruces, are pretty good. So we've been competitive year in and year out, and I just think it's time for us to get over the hump. It just takes the little things like defensive, base running, but we've prioritized a lot of that this fall. So.
Yeah. And just overall, your impression of this group, I mean, what do you like? I mean, every team's got a little bit of different personality to it. Obviously you said this group's funny, so are they at least maybe the pressure doesn't get to them too much?
I think so. I just think these kids get along. I just think it's the cohesiveness that they have and just how they get along and how they interact. It's just a blessing to see. I mean, and we talked to these kids since we were freshmen. It takes a process. Like, it's a process to get everything going, but you can kind of see it start to show, especially with the way they interact and how they are in the field and stuff like that. So
okay. Aric, I mean, what's your perception of this group, and what do you like about this? Obviously, you got your senior friends here who you've been with for quite a long time. What do you like about this team going into this season?
The best thing I like about this team is everybody's willing to give effort. And a lot last year, if one kid failed, the team would fail as a whole. This year, if one kid fails, the whole team's there to pick them up. And everybody has each other's back, and it allows us to stay smooth and actually execute games and win games.
Can you believe it's your senior year?
I can't. It's flown by.
Yeah. What kind of goals are you setting for yourself this year? I mean, what is it? Individual stuff? I mean, obviously team-wise, you guys want to be successful, but are there any goals you're setting for yourself this year?
I want to see actually what is considered a successful year for pitching. I've always had pretty decent years, but actually having a good ERA or an actual good strikeout counts per game, and that's just what I want.
Okay. Started thinking about after high school plans. What's coming up next for you?
As of right now, I'm waiting for an application back from Texas Tech and go join my sister. And then over there we'll study agriculture and business administration.
Okay, very good. What got you interested in studying that particular thing out there?
So my whole life, or kind of, when I was younger, my grandpa used to have a ranch. And so I used to be around it. And I've always liked the outdoors. But then as I got older and I was able to start working, 2 of my grandparents both own businesses. And I've worked with them both, and I've gotten to see the side of owning a business and actually running a business and what it's like for it to be successful. And ever since then, it's made me realize I just want to work for myself and not work for anybody else.
Okay, very good. And so baseball, this will be it for you the next few months, and then you're moving on to other things.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll be excited to watch you this season for sure. Thank you. All right, move over here to Ryan. And how about you? What's your impression of this year's team?
I don't know. In years past, we always played the blame game. So, like, we'd make an error or a mistake would happen, whole team would fall apart, we'd start blaming each other, and the game was lost at that point. And now I feel like we really rally behind the guy who makes a mistake. We pick him up. We make sure it doesn't set the tone for that game, and we keep on going. And I think that's a huge thing a team needs to have.
All right. Is this group funny, though?
Yes, but when Winrow said funny, he didn't mean your typical kind of funny.
Oh, okay. You guys are like different kind of funny.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just leave it at that. Very good. Maybe difficult to describe that in one way. How about goals for yourself for this season? Any in particular?
I'd love to get around 25 stolen bases. That'd be awesome.
Okay, so show off that speed a little bit.
I don't know about showing off the speed, but well, let's try to get that extra bag,
Okay, very good. So you are a senior. You know what's coming up next for you?
Yep, unfortunately, gotta end the baseball playing.
So this will be
time
for baseball. Well,
yep.
But I mean, it's also you guys get at least one more season to play with these guys.
That is true. We got to make this one count.
Yeah. Do you know college plans coming up?
I do. Plans? I got accepted to the University of South Florida, so I'll attend there and hopefully get my pilot's license and become a commercial pilot. That'd be the dream.
Wow, interesting. Any reason why South Florida? Or you got family there?
Yeah, most of my family hails from South Florida, so that's kind of where I'm heading.
All right, very good. Heading out to Tampa, right? That's where South Florida is.
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right, we'll look forward to seeing how that goes, and maybe some point down the line we'll hear you as the captain over the loudspeaker or something like that, right?
Maybe. You never know. Never know.
All right, very good. All right, we'll move over here to Chasen, and how about you? I mean, what do you like about this group of guys and playing with this team?
This group of guys is really good because no matter what, we're always pushing forwards. One guy down, we're all bringing them up.
Okay. And what has you most excited going into your senior year? I mean, it's your last chance, obviously, to play high school baseball.
Really just getting along with these guys, going around, being on the bus, and going playing some baseball.
Okay. How about you after high school plans? I mean, is baseball something you're trying to continue, or is this going to be it for you?
This is going to be, I'm trying to go Air Force.
Okay. And do you know what you want to do in the Air Force? Or
I have no clue.
No clue, okay.
No clue.
But you're going to be enlisting.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, very good. Look forward to that. Kelan, I mean, obviously we talked about what's coming up for you next, but talk about this group and this season. What has you excited about being with these guys?
So our group has a huge bond. Kids are holding kids accountable, whether it's missing practice or simple as making an error. They're getting on them, letting them know what's going on.
I mean, it says a lot. I mean, obviously you guys are, anywhere between 14 to 18 years old, and for guys to kind of take that self-responsibility, that's not necessarily easy. I mean, is it good to see guys, knowing, where their job, what they need to do out there?
For sure, definitely.
Yeah, okay. So headed to New Mexico Highlands to pitch, continue baseball. Do you know what you want to study in school?
So I'm going to be majoring in sports kinesiology.
Okay. And towards a career, I mean, what's your career path that you're open to? Not sure?
Not sure yet, no.
Okay, all right. You got time to figure that out, obviously. All right, very good. Coach, I mean, expectations for the group this year? I mean, it's, we were chatting a little bit beforehand, but, I mean, you feel like you guys have got talent in basically every position, and it's such a tough district. We know that every single year. One positive is, man, you guys got a ton of home games this year. That's going to be nice.
Yeah, I think our expectations have never wavered. I mean, we're always going to have high expectations for these kids. I think it's a given just to give them high expectations. But, I mean, the Wissahick situation, we want to host a playoff game at home. I mean, we want to win our district. We want to make the state. But it's just taking day by day. I mean, these kids are good enough. They've played a lot of baseball. They know what to do. They've developed properly. I mean, we're just excited for it. We're excited for the ride. We got 15 home games. I mean, we couldn't ask for any more. So it's just, I think it's a good year. It's a good opportunity for these kids, so we're excited.
Well, and especially how different it's been because you guys have been in away tournaments, it feels like, for the last few years. I mean, you did the round robin last year. Now you've got a couple of round robins you're playing this year. So kind of get the chance to be able to facilitate that stuff. That's got to be something to help build the program. And I know that's something that Coach Edmondson, that's something that he's, I think, tried to push forward with all the different sports teams.
Yeah, we talked about it when he got here. We just wanted to bring baseball back to the community. I think our facilities are top notch, and I just think we want to show it off. And our kids play so much better at home. And I just think it's a great opportunity for our kids, for everybody to see kind of what Alamogordo baseball is about. So, I mean, those 2 round robins are going to be a fun time for these kids. So.
Okay. Scrimmages coming up this weekend. What do you look for out of scrimmages? Obviously, you've seen these guys play a lot of baseball, but now we're really close for the games actually really mattering at this point. So on Saturday, what are you looking out from the team? Just
a different aspect of it, just more pressure situations. I mean, our kids have seen each other since September, so I think it's kind of getting like our kids start to know each other. Just situations we haven't been in yet, and seeing different people's always exciting, especially to start it off.
Yeah, and so Hobbs and Carlsbad, so you get this on Saturday?
Yeah, we'll play Carlsbad at 12 and then Hobbs at 2.
Okay, very good. So that'll be, if you want to make the long trip out there to Hobbs, you can go out there and watch these guys play. But the one positive is these guys are at home a ton this year. Roswell coming up on the 1st will be the first 2 games. I think it's a 12-2 doubleheader on that Saturday.
12-2.
Okay. And then the following weeks, there'll be games on Thursday, Friday, Saturday for 2 weeks in a row. And if you just want to go watch baseball, there's going to be some other teams from around the area, even from the northern part of the state. They're going to be traveling down here. So go and support some Tiger baseball coming up in the next few weeks. Coach, good luck this season. We appreciate y'all coming in. Guys, good luck, and we hope you have a great year.
Thank you.
Thanks, Charles.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.